bigger. Yep, that makes sense. Alrighty, I'm in the chat so I can... Alrighty, so... Let's start with PDT here. Yeah, PDT. PDT barely broke 100 mil. Let's run in the old explosive poison. Oh, that's one of the 3 divers. I guess that explains the 100 mil. Then we got a Skyguard here, 226 million.
Where's the 1 BDPS tower?
Oh, that's a different kind of setup. That's involving the skeleton archer. That's focusing on him instead of the Earth Shatterer. I do have a video where I did the 1 billion DPS skeleton archer. I think it's on YouTube maybe.
Better emoji thumbs up with light skin tone.
So what's that? 219. That's coming out of a C7 too. This one bothers me. Huh? Doesn't even have a gilded vampiric in it. It's like dirt. Can't catch it without the frosty power. Either way, alright. Heavy cannonball. 151. Oops. $151 mil. With heavy cannonball. It's pretty good. The max health, damage.
What's your highest floor?
700 and something on my last reset. I didn't have this stuff my last reset, so like that. Come on, Skyguard. 196 mil DPS. And it's set up for range. That's awful. Reach across the map, vicious and deadly. So that's nasty. Alright, the nasty from the PDT, the 8 million a second poison damage. Let's see here actually. Highest achieved 702.
Does resting not cost you a ton?
Oh no. Oh, I'm not resetting. I won't be planning on resetting. No more resets in my future. Sorry. I've got way too much stuff leveled up to. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, PDT. Way too much stuff upgraded to consider ever resetting again. The way I look at it is, I got my more than enough powers. When I climbed up to floor 700, I only had 29 powers. So now that I got 39, I feel pretty confident that that extra is going to make a difference. PDT, yeah, PDT.
Would max resets not benefit you?
Yeah,
your
it
highest
would.
is 702.
Yep. Max resets would help. But I don't think it's necessary to get straight 9s. Not with my setups. $244 mil DPS on the Skelly Archer. I like that guy. I want to get this thing gilded. That just seems like that might be some fun gilded. 30% chance to do 450% damage. Yeah, let's give that 450% damage. Let's see, take the 1/4 mil DPS times 4. There's your billion DPS chance there. But you can set this up to where... Here, actually.
Have you done all primes for mass destruction?
Oh yeah, I've got my 2 mass destructions. Here, we're gonna... Somebody said earlier something about the bill DPS, so... Let's make that a thing, shall we?
Yeah, I am at 4-1 resets and is still easy in the 700S.
Right? I got bored as shit playing by myself. It's awful. And then all the primes came out, so I wanted to try to do the ancient powers, and uh, the idea was ancient powers and get all my gilded shards. Like, I found out you could gild this, and I just assumed end of game expansion that you'd be able to gild all the mastery shards, but they're not gonna make it like that. Let's see which setup we got here. Take that out. All that
Any
out.
tips for 6-wave floors? Yeah, I might try to find a partner.
Oh, the Omegas. Get a good mini boss LSA usually, or like this, something like this Earth Shatter or diverse crit damage, crit chance. You can just throw 20s around there and it gets ridiculous.
Having trouble doing all boss wave.
Yeah, that's where like an Earth Shatter will actually come in handy. You can take like Earth Toss off or whatever. Those turn into a lot of DPS with the diverse crit damage, crit chance. Make one of those C7. You'd be surprised how much damage you can get out of that. Like that, it's dropping in almost 14 million, and the only thing, oh, I don't know if it's counting that. Let's back all this up here. So I mean, most Omega that you're going to deal with for quite a while is not going to be the 2 billion health. So I mean, something like that, a C7.
My shatter is 7M.
Yeah, mine's not good on drop. Just standalone on drop, mine's awful. 5. But you just seen the same thing. Depending on how many 20s you want to put around it, it can get up to 300 million DPS. You know what I mean? And if you put a boost LSA or like destructive power and LS boost aura around it, you can get it up there pretty easy. And he's gonna make this guy a billion. Oh yeah, I need to change that for sure.
How do I get more DP on my boost?
Boost or just like buff beam will transfer a percentage of its crit damage and power to adjacent towers. So like my boost aura is set up to do an insane amount of power to everything, because I discovered one time on like floor 600.
For any ranged bosses, you can just put a reflect beam around the core.
Yeah, that saves you a lot of DU. Like later on, you can sell all your flying defenses. Any spear chuckers, cannon ogres, you can reflect beam core. There's a lot of ways to get extra DU. Thork, if you have max tenacity or automation, you can just drop a line of like 2 flame auras in a row, and that'll usually stop all 3 Thorks. So I mean, you can get 60 DU from that.
I don't have F2.
Yeah, you need automation. That's super helpful for dealing with Thorks. Let's see, was we gonna put the no, let's try this here. So, where did you end up? You into all diverse, I think, for this. Yeah, all diverse. Skeleton archer. So we can take that off there. Doesn't matter as much, but there you go. $14 DPS, no shards. Two shards missing, 25 mil. Where to get some of this stuff from destruction. that the right one? I thought I used vampiric instead of... Oh no, I might have to change that around. Either way, we'll see how this goes here. See if I can make this happen. Get there. I don't remember what all I had up around this thing. I think that's about all the 20s and 30s. $500 million normally, so I'd be two-shotting billion-point monsters with that. It seems like there's some 20s or something I'm forgetting. Not really sure. Oh yeah, you need EV2. EV2. Well, I mean, you don't need it. Oh yeah, EV2. Yeah, there we go. That'll make some difference, I'm sure. There we go. Got a cheat boost to do it. Billion, see, it was 700 million, so it's actually 1.4 billion. I guess they don't factor in the 0.4. Because this thing, the Lavamancer's thing, usually doubles it. So it won't factor into 1.4, it looks like. I guess I do still got some DU to throw some stuff around here. Let's see what else I can get added into this mix. I could at least do 250s. I got all my 30s and 20s out. There's a training dummy somewhere that's missing for 20.
You ever try initiate boost ability? To boost.
What, like the Lady Monk's boost thing? Yeah, I don't have the Lady Monk. I should have seen if you got the boost from that. So that should be... So it should come up to like almost 1.7 with the boost. If I had the Lady Monk boost, I could probably get this thing doing 2 billion. Yeah, even at 1.7 it doesn't factor in. It just says 1 billion. That shout usually doubles the power of everything around.
That is not ready for work in any way, shape, or form. And I'm gonna need you to put a fan in that window. You can smell that cigarette.
Alrighty, you guys have a good day. I gotta hop off here.
Oh yeah.